This is lesson 6-8. So for 6-8, you're going to be doing lots of word problems. So here's a couple different types of word problems that you're going to see in your homework. This first one reads, Mr. Cruz has 750 yams to sell. He sells some and has 278 yams left. How many yams does he sell? Okay, I'm going to circle the things that are important. 750, that's a number, that's important. So is 278. He sells some. I know that sells generally means that it's a takeaway and has 278 yams left. How many yams does he sell? There's a couple different ways to approach this problem. I'm going to start with writing it out how it reads. He has 750 yams. So I'm going to write down here 750 yams. He sells some. So I'm going to take away my unknown some. And he ends with 278 yams. 278 yams. Now this is kind of tricky. Looking at this and going, 750 minus something makes 278. If this works for you and you know you can do it this way, go for it. However, for me, my brain doesn't see it that way very easily. So I'm actually going to write it in a different way. I'm going to do 750. If I take away the yams that are left, I'll get the yams that he sold, minus 278, and that will equal my leftover number. So if I do 0 minus 8, can't do 0 minus 8. So I'm going to have to borrow. My 5 becomes a 4. My 0 becomes a 10. Now I can do 10 minus 8 equals 2. Move on to my 10s. 4, take away 7. I cannot take away 7 from 4. So I have to borrow. My 7 becomes a 6. My 4 becomes 14. 14 take away 7 doubles equals 7. 6 take away 2 equals 4. So my answer ends up being 472 yams. Now I'm going to show you real quick to check. Remember, I did it the other way. So let's see if 750 minus 472 equals 278. So I start with my 1s, 0 take away 2, can't do it, so I have to borrow. I'm going to use a different color. My 5 becomes a 4, my 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 equals 8. 4 take away 7, can't do it, so I have to borrow. My 7 becomes a 6. My 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 7 equals 7. 6 minus 4 equals 2. Well, look at that. 278, 278. This should prove to you that if you have a subtraction problem, you can swap your add-ins. Remember, these are add-ins that we can switch around and they'll equal the other. All right. Moving on to our next word problem. Jeremy makes 525 coasters that are circles or squares as gifts for his family. So he has 525 in total. Some are circles, some are squares. 347 coasters are circles. How many coasters are squares? I'm going to show you this in a Math Mountain. So remember, up at the top is our total. These are our add-ins. So my total number of coasters is 525. Then down here I have circles and I have squares. that add up to be my total. Of my circles, I have 347. And my squares, I don't know yet. That's what I need to find. So let's think, am I going to add or subtract? If I add 525 plus 347, I'm going to get a number that goes way up here. Uh-oh, I don't want something up here. I need this one, which means if I do this, take away this, I'm going to get this answer. So 525, oh, not plus, I want a minus. If I add, I'm going to get a big number, and I don't want one. I want a smaller number. Minus 347 equals blank. Let's find out. 5 take away 7, can't do it, so we have to borrow. My 2 becomes a 1, my 5 becomes 15. 15 take away 7 equals 8. 1 take away 4, not possible. Gotta borrow again. My 5 becomes a 4. My 1 becomes 11. So I just draw 1 and make it, add that 10. 11 minus 4 equals 7. 4 minus 3 equals 1. Remember, you're subtracting, so this should be smaller. 178 is my answer. Uh-oh, 178. Coasters are squares, so you can put that in too. All right, coasters are squares. Then moving on to our next one. Annalise has 419 marbles. 287 of the marbles are blue. How many marbles are the other color? So we have marbles, so I'm going to draw in black. 419 marbles in all. 287 of the marbles are blue. If I were to do a math mountain, my total number of marbles is 419. My blue marbles are 287. And then I have other colors of marbles. It doesn't tell us what colors, but we have some other colors that we don't know. There might be red, green, purple, all the others. So how do I find this answer? This is the one I want. I don't want something bigger. I want something smaller than my total. To get it smaller, I have to subtract. So 419 minus 287 equals what? I'm going to say that the other marbles are orange. So I'd start with my ones. 9 take away 7. I do not have to borrow. Don't borrow if you don't have to. So 9 take away 7, I can do is 2. 1 take away 8, that one I can't do, so I have to borrow. My 4 becomes a 3. My 1 becomes 11. Now I can do it. 11 minus 8 equals 3. Last one, 3 minus 2 equals 1. So I got my answer of 132 marbles are other colors. Write your answer, 132 marbles. The last problem that you might see, boys and girls. This one has to deal with time. We've done colors, we've done giving and selling. This one is with time. On Saturday, 703 people went to a movie. 194 go in the afternoon, the rest go in the evening. How many people go in the evening? Again, I'm going to draw Math Mountain. That makes sense in my head. So 703 all went to the movie. Someone in the afternoon, oh, it tells us 194 went in the afternoon. So I'm going to write that here. And then some, or the rest, went in the evening. So we have our unknown. A reminder, if we add them together, we're going to get a big number. We don't want a big number. We want this question mark. So we have to subtract. 703 minus 194. Now, start with your ones. 3 take away 4. I cannot do it. So I have to borrow. My 0 becomes a, wait a minute, my 0 can't become anything, so I have to borrow again. My 7 becomes a 6, my 0 becomes a 10. But now my 3 can't be a 13 because I haven't borrowed anything, so my 10 becomes a 9, my 3 becomes 13. Now I can subtract. 13 minus 4 equals 9. 9 minus 9 equals 0. And 6 minus 1 equals 5. My answer is 509 people. And be specific, so it's not just any people, it's people that go in the evening. All right. That is all I have for you for 6-8. Good luck on your homework.